Hello, you beautiful human beings. Welcome back to your #1 channel for Forza Horizon 5 content. Today, we're jumping into the Autumn Festival playlist for Series 48 and the Cars and Coffee playlist. We're going to be jumping in and taking on this week's Forzathon Challenges Spirit of Performance. Upon completion, we'll grab 160 Forzathon points and 5 points towards our festival playlist. We'll be jumping over and checking out this week's Forzathon shop. We'll also be checking out the Horizon Backstage for the vote and what was added in from last week's vote. We'll also be jumping over and checking out all the festival players for rewards and restrictions for this week. So if you are new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing, smash the like button, share this video with a friend. Without further ado, let's jump into this week's Forzathon challenges. We're going to waste no time. We're going to jump straight in to the Spirit of Performance for this week's Forzathon challenges. Chapter 1, where it all began. Own and drive the 2002 Koenigsegg CC8S. With only 6 ever built, it was the first official production car by this now legendary Swedish car manufacturer. Can't disagree with the statement, it is a legendary manufacturer. The vehicle we need for this week's Forzathon, the Koenigsegg 2002 CC8S, will set you back just 400,000 credits on the auto show, an absolute bargain for this vehicle. The tune that I'm using today is up for download. If you wish to use it, just search for game tag Skippy4631. As always, share codes for tunes are down in the description and in the comments below. Own and drive. Of course, it is raining. It is the storm season. Hop outside any festival site or player house, drive a couple of seconds down the road, and that is where it all began. Complete. And while we're here, we'll just hop on over to Horizon Backstage. First things first then, the Backstage shop. What made it in from last week's vote? The 037 Stradale from Lancia and the Mercedes AMG GTS. Were that the two cars you were wanting in Backstage? Let me know down in the comments. Next up, the Backstage vote, and we have a muscle car week on the left. Pontiac TA73 AMC Javelin up against, on the right, Pontiac GTO 69 Corvette 70. Which side are you voting for? Are you voting left or are you voting right? Again, let me know down in the comments. With Chapter 1 complete, it is on to Chapter 2, Record Breaker. The 2002 Koenigsegg CC8S's engine is based on a 4.6 litre modular supercharged V8, re-engineered to produce an impressive 655 horsepower. It landed the award of most powerful engine at its launch. Take it out for a high-speed run by maintaining a speed of 200 miles per hour or above for 10 seconds. Now, believe it or not, this is actually my second attempt at this chapter. I crashed on the first attempt, so 200 miles an hour or more for 10 seconds in this CC8S. Not too difficult, using the motorway that runs down the centre of the map, just pinning that throttle, taking it up to max top speed. Over 200, here we go for 10 seconds. 215, 220, an absolute breeze for the Koenigsegg. Shouldn't be too long. There it is, Record Breaker complete. So with Chapter 2 complete, it is on to Chapter 3, and probably the harder chapter of the 4 this week, Doors to a Door. Not only was the 2002 Koenigsegg CC8S powerful, but it also came with an abundance of unique features. A highlight in particular being the amazing dihedral synchro helix actuation doors. Go and flaunt these awesome additions as you earn a show-off skill in any road race. A road race or an apex road race, the light blue icons on the map. Use whichever road race takes your fancy, use your favourite. I'm going to be jumping on over and using the Horizon Mexico circuit. Now, I'm not going to create a blueprint this week. We're just going to use the Horizon preset. I just don't see the point in a blueprint. It's going to make sure that I am using the 2002 Koenigsegg CC8S. Now, to make getting a show-off skill even easier, just head into difficulty and settings, head into difficulty and just pop the driver tires on to Tourist, and then just thank me later. Okay, so a show-off skill, a drift skill followed by an overtake skill. So I'm just going to pull over to the left, let all the driver tires come past, and then latch on to the back of them. I'm going to try and get this done in the first corner. I'm going to hang back a little bit, and what we're going to do is we're going to throw the Koenigsegg down the inside. They were waiting for me, which is great. And then we're just going to get the Koenigsegg into a slide and hopefully grab a show-off skill. Just keeping an eye on the top. It might not work, it might work. We've got Awesome Pass show-off skill at the top. So now what we need to do is go ahead and quit back to free roam. And once we head back to free roam, doors to a door complete. Now that is not an easy thing to do. If you need to do it over a couple of corners, definitely do it. But driver tires onto tourist and then just hang back at the back, throw it down the inside sideways, and then get an overtake skill followed by a drift skill, or drift skill followed by an overtake skill. Like I say, not an easy chapter, but that is chapter 3 complete. On to chapter 4, Rocket Cat. Another innovation introduced with the 2002 Koenigsegg CC8S was the Rocket Cat principle, a simple but clever exhaust system that increased power output by nearly 100 horsepower. Take a photo of it at the Horizon Cars and Coffee, located at the western end of the highway, to capture this true engineering marvel. Okay, so the Horizon Cars and Coffee, if you didn't already know, is located here on this roundabout, the western end of the highway, near the Costa Ricosa area. So it's right in the middle of... But the Horizon Cars and Coffee is pretty easy to find, western end of the highway in the Costa Ricosa area, located in the middle of this roundabout. So now we're here at the Horizon Cars and Coffee. You really can't miss it. It is quite a big place on the map. We're going to pop it into photo mode by pushing up on the D-pad or whatever button you have photo mode assigned to. Make sure you have the Koenigsegg in shot and the Horizon Cars and Coffee. Hit Pro Mode Quick Shot, and that will be chapter 4 complete. Once you've done that, you can then head back to free roam where you get the notification Spirit of Performance complete, collecting ourselves 160 Forza points and 5 points towards our autumn storm season. Now let's jump on over and check out this week's Forzathon shop. It's all about the Koenigseggs this week. The 2016 Koenigsegg Regera up for grabs, 550 Forzathon points. Porsche 918 Spider up for grabs, 400 Forzathon points. Both of those being auto show cars. For 1,000 Forzathon points, you'll grab yourselves 1 Backstage Pass. Vanity items, Donut Media White Relax Tee and the Donut Media Black Hoodie. 75 Forzathon points for each of those. Any spare Forzathon points, knocking around, grab yourselves a normal wheel spin for 60 Forzathon points. Or you can grab a super duper wheel spin for 150 Forzathon points. Let's jump back to the playlist and check out this week's rewards and restrictions. The Autumn Storm Season, 75 points up for grabs in total. For 20 points, the Volkswagen SP276, and for 40 points, it's the normal 1 Horizon Backstage Pass. The Volkswagen being a hard to find car. And we will take a quick skim through the playlist. There is nothing too special as a reward this week. Your online trial is going to grab you the Nissan GTR 17. 3 event labs on this week's playlist. Wheel spin, Ford Mustang 69, Exosit Off-Road, all up for grabs. There are your restrictions for those events. Nissan and Datsun for the online trial. Normal suspects for the PR stunts. Super Wheel spins up for grabs. And your restrictions, any Nissan Pulsar in B700. And then your seasonal championships for this week. There's your rewards. Nissan Pulsar up for grabs and Koenigsegg CC8S. Both of those will be needed for challenges on the playlist, and there are your restrictions for those events. Treasure hunt, doing what it takes, 300 Forzathon points up for grabs. Photo challenge, bossing around, going to grab you the Sunoke's Relaxed Fit E. No change on the monthly rivals, just another week to put in your quick lap times, and then finishing up with the DLCs, Rally Adventure, Super Bowl spins up for grabs on the PR stunts, and obviously the Hot Wheels in there as well. And then the Seasonal Championships, Retro Rally, Modern Supercars are your restrictions, and there are your rewards. Restrictions for the PR stunts, Volvo 242 Turbo and Aventador 2012. But yeah, like I say, nothing too special on the playlist this week as a reward. Just make sure you are putting in the time and effort to grab that Volkswagen SP276 and that Horizon Backstage Pass. But as always, thank you so much for watching. If you are new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing, like button, share with a friend, stay safe, and have an awesome day.